Will you drink to the earth and to the days which have passed upon it? Will you drink to the fullness which was and to friends who have passed on? Will you drink to good company well met?
This country is a country of openness, of respect, of compassion, of the rule of law, of the rights of the individuals, of freedom. Freedom from fear, freedom from crime, freedom to love who you want and not be judged for it, freedom to do what you want with your body.
I can understand frustrations with mandates, but mandates are the way to avoid further restrictions.
We're all so frustrated. Nobody know how this thing happened. We don't know. Mandates are the way to freedom.
So the Prime Minister was at the European Parliament, and while he was up at the podium talking about other things, he decided to bring in the Freedom Convoy, and he blamed the leaders of the convoy for threatening democracy.
And our motto as a country is peace, order, and good government. We saw anti-vaccine and anti-government protests devolve into illegal occupations of our communities and blockades of our borders. The leaders of those convoys were effective in turning citizens with real anxieties against the system best suited to allay those concerns.
Tonight, the shocking scandal, new images of Canada's Prime Minister wearing blackface.
Trudeau came out to apologize for one blackface and ended up admitting to more. He's like, I did brownface for Aladdin, and I did blackface when I sang the song Deo. And now, if you'll excuse me, daylight's coming and me one go home.
It would have been more appropriate for Mr. Trudeau, Prime Minister of Canada, to address this House according to Article 144, an article which was specifically designed to debate violations of human rights, democracy and the rule of law, which is clearly the case with Mr. Trudeau. Then again, a Prime Minister who openly admires the Chinese basic dictatorship.
There's a level of admiration I actually have for China. Because their basic dictatorship is allowing them to actually turn their economy around on a dime.
Who tramples on fundamental rights by persecuting and criminalizing his own citizens as terrorists just because they dared to stand up to his perverted concept of democracy should not be allowed to speak in this House at all. Mr. Trudeau, you are a disgrace for any democracy. Please spare us your presence. Thank you.
We went after the funding. Our efforts combined with the city's efforts eliminated the GoFundMe. $10 million are no longer accessible to the demonstrators. There are other funding avenues that we continue to aggressively go after through intelligence, information, coordination with financial institutions, and all three levels of government. We will be relentless in pursuing the funding that has enabled this demonstration to continue to this point. We're going after the fuel. We're going after any vehicle conveyance, including horseback, people carrying jerry cans. We are arresting and seizing, and we are interdicting fuel going into the demonstrations.
So, in fact, yes, they are taking fuel right away from people as they attempt to fuel their vehicles.
Every time we knock something down, there are attempts for it to pop up in 4 or 5 other locations.
President Biden and I both agree that for the security of people and the economy, these blockades cannot continue.
Vilka kom överens? Ja, det var vägförvaltningen och mjölkcentralen. Frågar de oss? Nej.
Poštovane kolege, dragi građani, premijeru Trudeau. Sloboda, pravo izbora, pravo na život i zdravlje, pravo na rad za mnoge od nas, to su temeljna ljudska prava za koje su milijuni građana Europe i svijeta položili svoje živote. Za obranu naših prava i prava naše djece, koje smo stjecali stoljećima, mnogi od nas, uključujući i mene, spremni smo riskirati vlastitu slobodu i položiti vlastite živote. Nažalost, danas su među nama i oni koji gaze te temeljne vrijednosti. Kanada, nekada simbol modernog svijeta, je pod vodstvom vaše kvazi liberalne čizme proteklih mjeseci postala simbol kršenja temeljnih ljudskih prava i građanskih sloboda. Gledali smo kako konjima gaze žene, kako samohranim roditeljima blokirate bankovne račune, da ne mogu platiti djeci školovanje, da ne mogu platiti lijekove, da ne mogu platiti račune za struju i vodu, da ne mogu platiti rate kredita za svoje domove. Za vas su to možda liberalne metode. Međutim, za mnoge građane svijeta to je diktatura najgore vrste. Budite uvjereni da građani svijeta, udruženi, mogu zaustaviti svaki režim koji želi uništiti slobodu građana.
They are terrorizing our residents, torturing them with incessant honking. This group is a threat to our democracy. This is a nationwide insurrection. This is madness.
Some might feel a certain anger over the idea that he appears to be dismissing some small fringe minorities whilst cherry-picking the ones he does want to get behind.
I will never apologize for standing up for LGBTQ.
The one thing I shall say about those big bad truckers is there's one thing I'll say about that trucker convoy. It's that there. Ah, stop it. It's that. This trucker convoy is a tiny fringe minority.
The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want for nothing. He makes me lie down in the green pasture. He greases up my head with oil.
Because those
he gives
voices
me kung
don't
fu in
speak
the
for the
face
rest
of my
of us.
enemy.
You and I know and do not believe that life is so dear and peace so sweet as to be purchased at the price of chains and slavery.
Amen.